It's interesting. Tovia has a policy, and I don't want to speak for him, but I feel like I've heard him say he doesn't debate Hebrew roots people or Messianic folks. He only debates mainstream Christians.
Yeah,
Am I right about that?
that's basically what you see. I mean, and I think that is, I think that's a problem because it essentially, for him to be the world's foremost renowned anti-missionary, I think he should be able to defend his stance against Messianics as well.
Welcome, Jules.
I think his position is that 1.5
Hi. I don't know what I
billion,
have
and
to
he's
offer this awesome
not concerned with
conversation.
the group of 1 million people.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Nehemia?
I think Tovia's position, and far be it for me to speak for Tovia Singer, right? But I think his position, from what I've heard him say, is that he's debating what is generally accepted as Christianity, which has 1.5 billion followers, and it's not worth his time to debate something that's represented by a few tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, or maybe today even a few million people.
Well,
Wait,
see
hold
the
on.
I think it's grown today, so maybe it's more justified. I don't
Wait,
know.
hold on. I have to get this idea validated by Nehemia Gordon. I've always made the statement that Tovia Singer makes more Karaites than converts and more atheists than Noites.
True.
Mm.
Do you agree with that? Because it seems like his position is typically the Karaite one, not the Orthodox one, mainly because he
Exactly.
for Orthodox Judaism as an alternative.
So
Yep.
it's interesting. I've spoken to, and look, there's a self-selecting group of people who come and contact me, and those are people who have left Christianity, left the Hebrew roots movement, and by and large, I would say the vast majority of them end up gravitating toward the Noahide / Orthodox position.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Mm.
know if I don't find what you're saying to be statistically true. Uh, at the same time, he definitely represents there's, and I've said this publicly, there's a paradox in what he says. He says, look at the pshat, the plain meaning of Isaiah 7:14 is it's talking about a young woman in the time of King Ahaz. But when he actually practices Judaism, he interprets not according to the pshat, right? Lo tavashel gedi b'chalev imo, don't
Mm-hmm.
boil a kid in its mother's milk, isn't the pshat.
Mm-hmm.
So the pshat is, and look, and he's been asked this question, and I've heard him respond. He
Mm-hmm.
says, well, we have a Masorah, we have a tradition that says this is how we interpret it. You have a tradition that says this is how you interpret it, and I follow our tradition. So I don't know that's a very Karaite position. He definitely takes a pshat approach.
When trying to convert Christians away from Jesus, yeah, that's what
Oh,
Usher's mean.
well, I think I don't mean to defend him, but I think at least his initial mandate was
Mm-hmm.
to try to convert Jews who, from his perspective, had been, duped into Christianity, right? Now maybe he also has expanded that. I don't know. Again, I don't speak for him, but it
Yeah.
seems like he expanded that to speak to non-Jews, people who were never Jews to begin with. But when he
Mm-hmm.
started out, if you look at his old debates, his main issue seems to be Jews who have come to believe in Yeshua, and he says it's because you don't know enough. Let me educate you on the what the pshat really is. And the paradox in what he teaches is that he doesn't actually follow the pshat, the plain meaning in his daily observance of the Torah, from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he
Yep.
presents it like a Karaite, essentially. Well, almost every
Yeah.
Karaite I ever met, and they typically don't come from Islam, I mean, they come from Christianity, came to Karaite Judaism because of Tovia Singer. But
Really,
Mm-hmm.
because
so you
either,
have more experience with those folks than I do. A lot of those Karaites despise me because I teach positive things about Yeshua, and they say, "Why is it Nehemia you don't teach how horrible Yeshua is?" And so
uh,
a lot of those people are my critics. So I guess I don't interact with them that much.
uh,
Ironically.
yeah, I mean, there are very few converts to Orthodox Judaism yearly, but the Karaite movement, at least the Facebook Karaite movement, is growing. But yes, Tovia Singer teaches Judaism from a Karaite perspective, although he doesn't really believe or preach what he practices.